This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Hey everyone, I'm your host Dani, and I'm the first-time reader going through this series chapter by chapter. As always, there's no spoilers past the chapter we're covering, and that means it's totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host Brett, who's a longtime fan, and he's guiding me on this journey. We'd like to thank and acknowledge our executive producers, Brandy and Kirkwood, Sean McGuire, Yanis, Albert Lorenzo, LightBlindedFool, Green Man, Kristen Gilreath, Deyvis Ferreira, and Logan Storey. And before we get into things today, we just want to thank and welcome Nikki A. And we want to thank Mark Sheets for increasing his pledge at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. We're super excited to have your support, and we really couldn't do this without you. In this episode, we're talking about chapters 5 and 6 of Winter's Heart.
Yeah, so chapter 5 is Flags, and chapter 6 is The Scent of Madness.
Woo.
Yeah, there he is. Massima, he's,
I was wondering when that guy would show up. I really actually didn't think he was gonna.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of like
I thought he was, like, peacing out.
Yeah, he's bailing.
But no, turns out no.
Yeah, and we get a return of our wolf pal, Hopper.
Yeah.
Makes a small appearance.
And we try to kill him.
Yeah,
right away.
We're gonna let's just like skip right past.
We're gonna breeze past him. That. You know, the problem is we're refusing to eat and we're refusing to sleep.
Right, this is like a classic Rand move right here.
This is a classic Rand move.
Hey, are you emotionally distressed?
Have you tried not eating or sleeping?
I want to take a TV commercial and just put up our own ad. That's great.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, but speaking of Hopper, the fun fact for today is a little bit about Tel'aran'rhiod and the Wolf Dream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Tel'aran'rhiod actually has some similarities to something called the dreaming or dream time. And that is a term that was devised by early anthropologists to refer to a religio-cultural worldview attributed to Australian Aboriginal beliefs.
Okay, go on.
So here we go.
You've piqued my interest.
Okay, the dreaming is used to represent Aboriginal concepts of something called every when, during which the land was inhabited by ancestral figures, often of heroic proportions or with supernatural abilities.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so that's very similar
Heroes of the Horn,
yeah, exactly. Now, these figures were often distinct from gods, as they did not control the material world and were not worshipped, but they were only revered. And the concept is that dreaming existed before the life of the individual begins and continues to exist when the life of the individual ends. So both before and after life, it's believed that the spirit exists in the dreaming, which also makes sense because some of the terminology surrounding the dreaming seems to be associated with eternal or unfixed in time. So a lot of similarities with Tel'aran'rhiod and Dreamtime.
Ah.
And then the last part here that I want to point out is that Dreamtime also seems to be linked to some totemic symbols. So a person might actually, I'm going to say in quotations, own a specific dreaming. So you could have one person owning the kangaroo dreaming, or the shark dreaming, or the honey ant dreaming, or the badger dreaming, because it's Australia.
Sure.
So maybe Perrin kind of owns
the wolf dreaming.
There
Why
you go.
not?
Okay. Now, there is definitely some contested information, just for the record, because a lot of this was studied and written about by not Australian Aboriginal people. So just like everything with a little bit of an asterisk there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's an interesting concept nonetheless.
Yeah.
Okay, and you are going to be surprised with me because later on here, I'm going to be very defensive on Perrin's behalf.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I am fed up.
My curiosity is piqued.
I'm putting my foot down.
Okay.
Finally.
With Barrelane?
Yep.
Okay, I figured.
I'm done.
Well, you know.
I'm done with this.
You know what they say.
Mm-mm.
No? You know what I say.
It's going to get worse?
Before it gets worse.
No. Yeah, I am fed up. And I am... Yeah. There are some things Perrin does that, immediately makes me angry.
Sure.
But this one in particular, I was... Ugh.
I mean, we can talk about Barrelane's reaction to what he says, too. And, I mean, it doesn't sound like she's done with it, so... let's talk about it when we get there. We got a couple things to go through first.
Okay. So, last time we were here, Fail and crew were captured by the Shido. They are Guy Shine now, and we basically just found out all the details about that.
Yes.
Now, Perrin is back at camp and is super stressed about literally everything.
Yep.
The scouts are out, and there's not much more to do right now. Also, Massima sucks.
Yeah, didn't show when he was supposed to.
Right. Which we're not really surprised about.
Yeah, no.
We shouldn't have just left him.
That shouldn't be a big shock.
In my opinion.
For sure, sure.
Okay.
More on that later.
Put a pin in it. Okay. Chapter 5 is called Flags.
Yeah.
Which is like, I guess, that's the most interesting thing that happens this chapter.
It's like the wimpy flags at the end of the chapter. Is that what we're referencing here?
That's it. Those are the flags. Okay, the chapter symbol's the wolf, and we get Perrin in the wolf dream.
Yeah.
And he's running around and hunting for a scent because he has to find Fail, and one time he found Fail.
It's already starting bad. Like, that's
and
not...
I even stopped, and I think I said out loud, that's not how this works.
That's not how it worked last time either.
Last time she was literally captured in Tel'aran'rhiod. Of course that's where you found her.
Yeah, she got trapped by the little hedgehog Terangriel last time as like a woven trap to like capture her in...
And not her, Moraine, wasn't it? Or somebody else. Egwene? It was for somebody else.
It was supposed to be, it was supposed to be for Moraine.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
But it was Fail, so...
Who got trapped, yeah. So no kidding, that's where you found her last time.
But like this time, she's just captured, man.
But okay, I understand maybe from his perspective.
Yeah.
He did find out other things.
Yeah, you can jump around and like see big changes in the landscape.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you can kind of spot where a big camp of people would be.
Yeah, he's done that before.
Yeah.
But this is different.
He's a little bit
unhinged.
Yeah, he hasn't eaten. He hasn't slept. He isn't a warder, so...
Okay, but listen. Suddenly, Hopper is here in front of Perrin and is like, your she isn't here, man.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
Don't be here anymore.
She's not here, man.
You're literally gonna die.
Yeah, because
you have to go.
Like usual, he's here too strongly and too far from his body for too long. You have to go back.
Mm-hmm. And Perrin tells Hopper, no.
Yeah.
And he yells at Hopper for a bit, and then they fight.
Yep. Well,
and then... Hopper kicks him out.
Yeah.
And says, go find her in the waking world. Get out.
You suck, Perrin. And Perrin just tried to murder Hopper.
Well, yeah.
And then he feels bad about it because he's like, oh no, shouldn't have done that. And it's like, yeah, man, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. But I mean, who's to hold him accountable for things that he's done?
Good thing Hopper can fly. We're good.
Shoot. Okay, so Perrin wakes up. He's in his tent.
Okay.
Well, no, he's not in his tent. See, this was my confusion. I actually didn't know until later on that he actually wasn't in his own tent.
He's in a tent. He's the Lord, so they're all his tents.
No, so he is in Barrelane's tent.
Yeah.
And that matters later. Here, I didn't recognize that. I didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah.
And then that's when I get angry.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So anyway... He's in Barrelane's tent. He is waking up. He thinks about how he just tried to kill Hopper. But then he smells perfume and the woman wearing it. And he says, without even opening his eyes or getting out.
So good.
He says, have they found her yet, Barrelane? And then this is where he looks up and realizes that he's in her tent. And she smells surprised that he knew she was there.
Yeah.
Now, she says, no, your scouts haven't returned yet, and mine hadn't returned by nightfall, so I sent more, and they found all the scouts dead by ambush.
Yes, that's bad.
Good.
And it gets worse because now we probably know who killed them, and it wasn't Aiel.
No. Massima's guys?
Quite possibly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, shoot. Okay.
Let's not think about that too much.
Yeah, also
Arganda.
Arganda's not listening. He's sending out his own guys too, even though Barrelane was like, hey, don't. He's like, I'm doing it anyways. That's Alejandro's guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Perrin thinks that means Fael must still be alive, because if Elias and Gull's party aren't back yet, then that's a good sign, because they would have returned if they found her body.
Yeah.
Okay, now Perrin lifts his sheet a little and sees that he's naked, and he's like, what the flip, Barrelane? What the hell's happening? And then she's like, well, listen, you and Talonvor...
I also kind of like, I'm a little bit on Barrelane's side here.
...would have froze to death if she hadn't gone looking for him, which is funny, because last time we saw him and Talonvor, they were just standing there staring out into the night.
Yep, not talking.
And at some point,
they stayed there.
They didn't stay there. Oh, they just stood there.
They just stayed there
until
they almost froze to death.
I thought that they went out
No.
I thought that they decided
Yeah,
at
it
some
doesn't
point
seem
to
like
go
that.
out together.
No, they just, like, stayed there.
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah.
I would have liked it better if they went out on, like, a duo mission.
I'm, like, 99% sure they didn't go out because that was never part of the plan.
No.
Yeah.
It's not like either of them actually had a plan.
Yeah.
I thought just at some point they left together.
They just kind of, like, left they were, like, outside the camp a little bit.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
I just interpreted it that they went out looking by themselves.
Rescue mission style, no.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
anyway.
So it's bad that was his reaction to losing File. Is like, you're going to freeze yourself to death. You're not...
Waiting for the party to come back.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, good that she went after him. Bad that she brought him to her tent.
Yeah.
And stripped him naked.
She used it as an opportune moment to enact her plan.
Ugh, I hate her plan.
Yeah, well.
I think it's disgusting. I think she's... Like, for the most part, actually like Amyrlin.
Yeah, me too.
Not so much right now.
That's fair.
I think that she's disgusting and I don't like her.
Okay.
That's my new stance.
Okay.
That's how fast that happened.
Yeah, that happened real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She needs to stop.
So here's the thing. We talked about Frostbite last time. And Perrin is in the exact situation where Anora had to heal him because he was also, like, shouting at people, I think, who were, like, trying to come and get him.
Mm-hmm.
Until the point where Amyrlin found them both, like, half frozen. So, anyways.
Yeah, because Perrin was snarling at anyone who tried.
Yeah.
Now, Perrin is all up in arms and is like, why did Anora heal me? One of the Ashermen could have done it, or one of the wise ones. And Amyrlin's like, why does that matter at all? But Perrin is not in the mood for her reasonable explanations for things.
Yeah, because, I mean, that is a reasonable explanation she gives, because she's like, my own advisor, I thought of her first.
But she always has this plausible answer for everything that she's done.
Yeah.
And that's annoying.
Well, Perrin's annoying for being unreasonable here. Like, he shouldn't have done the things he did to put himself in the situation where she can give such a reasonable answer. Mm-hmm. And enact her, 5-step plan to...
Yeah. Where are my clothes?
Yeah.
Lady, where are they?
Anyways, they're over there.
They're over there. Go get them.
Yeah.
I'll go get you your food. Mm-hmm. And you should probably sleep more.
That, and again, probably good advice.
Because he just had the opportunity to be sleeping.
Yep.
But he didn't take it because awake in the wolf dream is not resting.
Not really restful.
And we know that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So Perrin is clearly upset and on edge, and Amyrlin's like, look, listen, no one hopes that Fail is alive more than me.
Yeah, is this true?
Well, Perrin thinks that she even manages to smell honest.
Which is not a thing she could, fake from what it seems.
No, I think it would be better for her long term if Fail is alive.
Yeah.
But
the way I kind of think of it sometimes, especially in this regard, is Amyrlin wants to take Perrin away from Fail.
That's what I was saying last time we talked about this, is it seems like more than just I want this man.
Yeah.
It's more like I want to stick it to this woman.
And it's not really winning if Fail just gets kidnapped and never comes back.
Yeah.
That's not really a win. It's kind of like when you win a game by a default. Yeah, it's just because the other guys didn't show up doesn't mean doesn't feel like a win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like that.
So I think so. That's how I feel too. But anyways, Perrin wants his clothes and food and doesn't want to listen to anyone's advice. And Amyrlin gets annoyed and says, you can't just ignore the Aes Sedai's advice like Rand al'Thor.
Yeah, you're not Rand al'Thor, so...
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then she leaves the tent. And then Perrin toddles around to get dressed, and he's not doing really great physically or mentally.
Yeah.
And eventually Amyrlin comes back and is like, food is on the way.
Excellent. Here we go.
Yep, and now we're halfway through this chapter. That's all that's happened.
It's pretty short, yeah.
Amyrlin also tells him that she knows he's hurting right now, and there might be things he can't tell another man, so she's here for him if he needs it.
She's emotionally available. Mm-hmm. It's good.
And we can call a truce until Fail is found.
So here's the thing. She offers a truce right now. Mm-hmm. She does. And it seems like an honest offer.
No.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because Perrin kind of acts like a bit of a,
Well, he goes, why do we need a truce? Because to him, he's not doing this arguing thing for funsies. He's
being intentionally dense about this. He knows what she's doing.
So.
Fael knows what she's doing.
Fael for sure knows.
Yeah. It's like he's being super closed off of what is actually happening
100%,
here.
yes.
And he rejects her offer at a truce, so she's like, fine. It's no truce then, and then she like ramps it up.
No,
like, immediately.
I think that all that other stuff was already spread before this moment.
If he had have accepted her truce and been like, yes, truce until my wife is back, for whatever you feel like truce, then I feel like Amyrlin is the kind of person who could also do a lot of damage control instead of like
perhaps,
making
but listen,
things worse.
Perrin admitting that there's anything to truce about would be bad for him too.
Okay.
He thinks. Because if he can just go on pretending like there's literally nothing between him and Amyrlin, which there honestly isn't.
Well, he spent the night in her tent. I mean,
no, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If he can honestly say there's nothing here, then there's also nothing to truce about. And if he agrees truce, then that gives her some more motive to be like, aha, there is something here. You know?
Okay.
I think that just complete ignoring and being like, there's literally nothing here is his best move.
Okay.
And I don't think that she would have changed anything otherwise, honestly.
Okay.
I think she would have just, like, moved in to get emotionally closer to him.
All right. I'll let you have that. I'll let you have it.
Yeah.
Let you have it.
Okay. But there's also other news.
Oh, yeah. This is like the big deal.
This is the news.
Yeah, this is the news.
Okay, so the Prophet's men began arriving a bit before daylight.
It's like, hold up. Wait, what?
Yeah, oh, yeah, they're coming. They're here. We thought they weren't going to show up.
What do you mean? Before daylight, it was supposed to be 100 guys. Yeah.
Well, so far, it's 3,000 to 4,000.
Okay.
And more coming. And Massima's not even here yet. It's everyone. Man. We're all moving on out of Amadicia, it turns out.
Everyone's coming.
They're just all going across the freaking world.
We all gotta go. We gotta go. Yeah.
And Perrin is just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But wait. There's more.
Yeah. Amyrlin tells him the real danger is still Massima himself because apparently he's also meeting with the Shanshan.
Phew. That's the news. That's the news that Fael really wanted him to know.
Really wanted him to know.
Yeah.
And then Amyrlin has to explain that Fael's Fael people
are the spies,
found out this information.
Yeah.
And Perrin had no idea about any of that.
Yeah.
And that's because Perrin's dumb.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because when we were in Fael's head, this is the fight that she was envisioning them having. When she was like I don't know if she was like trying to keep conscious or something, but in one of those like thought processes, she's like, oh, the fight that we're going to have when he finds out that the Chafael are spies
for me.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah. And the fact that Perrin this entire time is like, that gaggle of idiots.
Yeah.
And he never even one time is like, what could Fael be doing with all these people?
Like she's clearly creating like this entire entourage.
Network of people.
He's just got the blinders on.
Yeah.
He needs Fael to be like a leader. He's not in this for
he's certainly he doesn't have I don't know. The wits for it? Like he's just not quite sharp enough. Or
the patient. I don't know if it's like
it's
the sharp.
Too much patience, but then sometimes not enough patience.
Yeah, like the political maneuvering side. I feel like Rand, we're seeing really come in to this like super political maneuvering dude.
Yeah,
and Perrin's just like, nope, not doing it, and that's hurting him more.
Mm-hmm. And he's trying to stick to his like hometown values when he's so far from his hometown.
It's like, hey man, that's not going to work when you're dealing with people like Amyrlin.
Right. Yes, and Fael, your wife.
And your wife. Right.
Literally your wife,
right.
And now you're like the king of Gildan.
Yeah, but he needs to just forget her because she's clearly, she's gone now.
Fael?
Yeah.
Oh.
Taking the wolf's advice from last time.
Oh, well,
forget about her.
No, but Hopper has a different stance, so we take Hopper's advice. Okay, so Amyrlin breaks the news that her men were not killed by Aiel, but they were killed with crossbows and axes. So
potentially.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it's like directed at. And unless there's another faction, possibly White Cloaks too.
Possibly.
Like there's
we don't even know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mystery.
There is.
That's shrouded in everything that's happening right now, but I'm finding it hard to care very much.
Okay.
Like later.
Yeah.
When we get all of the stuff about the tracking and what they're tracking and what they're finding.
For sure.
I just like Like, either tell me or don't.
It's
I'm not
a big
in the
question
mood
mark
for speculating. I don't even know where to start speculating.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
It's like there's too many factions, and we're not exactly sure where they are.
Yeah.
So we can't even like cross-reference maps of where people might be heading.
Yeah.
So, but let's get into that a little bit later too, because I'll throw some just like options out, and you can yay or nay it. So.
Okay, that might be the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Perrin just keeps getting more and more annoyed that Berylane just has more and more news.
Yeah.
And so he says, "Is there anything else you forgot to tell me?" And she goes, "Ooh, I'd have to strip myself naked to reveal more than I already have."
It's a good line.
Mm-hmm. Especially considering way back when I thought that she did just always strip herself naked. She
starts with her boobs out, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does start with her boobs out. Changes things. Except it doesn't actually change much.
Yeah, and
she literally could be standing here without her boobs out, or with her boobs out, but...
And with this line, Perrin, not impressed by it.
No.
Crazy.
More angry.
Yeah, weird that didn't work.
And then Berylaine's like, "Well, despite what you may have heard, you'll only be the third man to share my bed." And I'm like, whoa, presumptuous.
Yeah,
like,
well, no, she told him it's going to happen.
I know.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Is this true?
No.
It's not true.
Mm-mm.
Because she kind of mentions, like, there's only two others, and they were, like, political relationships.
Oh, yeah.
And from everything we've seen, she's tried to make political dealings.
Yeah, I think Berylaine's for sure just gonna, like, die before we need to worry about that.
Oh, my goodness. No. Yeah. Maybe not true. No, not true of if he's gonna sleep with
Oh, that's what I thought you were asking. I thought you were asking me to predict.
No. Is it true that she's only had two other partners?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she's got this big, like...
Oh, yeah, that I don't care about, if it's true or not.
It's just what people think of her. They think that she sleeps with everybody.
Because she's so sultry.
Yeah, and she uses that to her advantage, because, like, use the gifts you have, so...
Sure, but do I think that they're going to sleep together?
Yeah.
No.
You don't think so?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No. Unless it's, like, a Matt and Tylan situation.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Which, no thanks.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
Yeah, I do know. Yeah.
Like, this is already...
It's already...
wild sexual harassment.
Sure.
And it's not okay.
We don't want to cross over into that... Yeah.
Like, his wife is literally missing. Like, this isn't funny and good when he has a wife and he has no interest in you.
This is why she offered a truce and he didn't take it.
No, it's just stupid.
Okay.
It's so bad. It's bad.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Okay. I think
you made
yourself clear. You've made yourself as clear as Perrin has made himself clear that he doesn't like it either, and you don't like it either.
It's not gonna work. It's not working.
No, and I don't think Berylane cares.
No, and it's her fault that he doesn't eat here.
Oh, yeah.
Because she literally won't stop.
Yep.
Makes him so uncomfortable. He doesn't want to be a part of any of this.
Yeah, because the servant comes in with the food right when they're talking about this, and then Perrin hopes that the servant didn't hear all this, but it's clear that she did hear all this.
And it's bad.
Yeah.
And so he just leaves without eating.
Yeah.
And then he can't find any food anywhere else because Linny thinks...
Linny, come on!
He's sleeping with Berylane.
Yeah,
so he didn't get the food. It's like this...
Yeah.
Catch-22.
Oh, man. Crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
Crazy. Okay. Anyway, so he leaves.
Bad situation for Perrin.
I'm
feeling for Perrin
We're not at
here.
Linny yet, so, like, yeah.
No. So, Perrin's super annoyed. He just leaves without eating, and then Berylane calls after him, "Remember, discretion, wink, wink."
Yeah.
And then he heads through all of the manors, and then he sees the two Riversmen still standing guard.
Yep.
And the Gildanin.
Yeah, they're the guys who are, like, everybody's antsy a little bit, so...
And he's looking around, but he can't see any of the Prophet's men that are apparently here.
There's like 4,000 of them, like more than he has.
Right.
So.
But obviously they're not, like, in the camp here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Perrin figures that Anora and the Wise Ones are probably still together and scheming on how to kill Massima without him finding out they were responsible. And I was thinking, yeah, that's a good plan.
That is a good plan. We should do that plan, and we should kill Massima.
You should just kill him.
Yeah. That would solve probably a few problems.
Has anybody thought about a frying pan?
Here's a question.
Conk him on the head.
The issue isn't that they can't kill him. The issue is that Perrin, the leader of said group, is saying, no, don't kill him. So they're still trying to, like, keep that, level of respect for him.
Yeah. And without Rand being here to actually see what's going on, like, yeah, maybe his orders are not to kill him. But if he did die, Rand would be like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess I just have to adjust.
I have a good question that I think the people will want to hear your answer.
Okay.
Is Masima going to meet Rand? Is this meeting ever going to happen?
Yeah, probably.
It is, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it would be cool if Rand could kill him.
The ultimate fate of Masima, will he be murdered by Rand or
Perrin?
Or somebody else, or not at all?
Well, I think that Perrin is one person insulting Fail away from murdering everyone.
Okay.
Like, literally with his teeth.
So Perrin has it in his capacity to kill Masima?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So that's on the table.
He's just going to literally see red the second that somebody says something negative about Fail. You know what I mean? He's, like, on the brink.
Yeah, I get that.
So...
He isn't doing well. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, so Perrin?
No.
Who?
Well, I mean, I could see it. But...
Okay. Is Masima living through this? Like, that's the big question. Is somebody going to take him out? Because there's so much talk of, like, let's just kill him.
I think that someone should take him out.
You think... I didn't ask what you think they should do. What do you think they are going to do?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm hedging. I don't know.
You gave a few answers there, so I'll accept that for now.
Yeah, I think it would be cool if you could meet Rand and then Rand just, like, offs him or something.
Like, this guy's crazy. Perrin, you should have killed him a long time ago.
Yeah, no, it would actually be better, probably, if... I think I've actually said this before. If Masima happens to die because of a fight or something like that, well, then, like, what are we supposed to do, Rand?
Yeah.
He's an asshole. We killed him.
Rand's got a lot on his plate, and does he even remember this whole thing?
Yeah.
Like, does he remember that this was part of the plan? Because it doesn't seem very high on the priority list.
He also probably doesn't remember what Loyal's doing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's got his own stuff going on, so.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, there's a whole runner here about Perrin trying to find out some information about where Masima's men might be.
Yeah.
And then there's, like, maids giggling. It's a whole thing.
The whole thing is that people think something is going on with Perrin and Barrelane. That's the entire point of all this, like, runaround.
Mm-hmm. So, Perrin makes his way back to his own Two Rivers people camp.
Yeah.
And they're not as orderly as other militaries, but they're still ready to move. And the two Asherman are here. Everyone's pretty quiet. Perrin figures that Elias and the scouting group aren't back yet, so...
Yeah, because nobody's like, oh my god, there's Nose. Yeah.
Yep. And then this is where he looks up and sees his two flags hanging limp.
Wimpy, hefty, hefty.
Yeah. And so he thinks he'll be able to maybe... hopefully get back into Andor one day.
His whole plan was to, like, keep on this whole facade that he's doing so he can, like, sneak around with nobody knowing who he actually is. But now it's like, I don't know if that's going to work because...
Plans changed.
Yeah.
Things might not go so smoothly for you, Perrin.
So many Prophet guys now.
Prophet guys, Aiel, your wife's captured.
It's a
There's
whole
white cloaks around.
It's not good.
You have this other mission, and then also you're kind of the king of Gildan.
Right.
So...
it's a few things.
It's a lot.
A few things going on.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all of this would be solved if he were as good at dealing with women as Matt and Rand.
I wonder what they're
I'm surprised there's no mention of that. This seems like the perfect place for it. You know, the one side thought. We haven't got that in a while.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, let's take a quick break, and we'll get back with the next chapter. Okay, back with Chapter 6, The Scent of Madness.
Mm-hmm, because if you didn't know, Masima and his boys...
smells crazy.
They're crazy.
Now, the chapter symbol is the falcon.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
Fail? Maybe because we get word and news of her probably not being dead.
Yeah, I don't actually know the system for chapter symbols.
You don't?
I don't have that insider
Weird,
scoop.
I thought you knew.
Yeah, I think it's a giant wheel, and they just spin it.
Well, there's got to be a few options for each chapter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't just do, like, a wolf again. Like, come on.
No, probably not. Okay. So, we're sticking with Perrin, and I have to say, these first 6 chapters have gone 2 chapters Perrin, 2 chapters Fail, 2 chapters Perrin.
You wonder what's coming next.
Yeah. It worked out well for our episodes.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Okay, so Perrin goes looking through the camp for Daniel to ask him where Masima's men are, and turns out they're exactly where Berylaine's maids told him that they were.
Pretty much.
Before they were giggling and stuff.
Pretty much. And if you don't remember, Daniel is the guy who was originally supposed to be the fourth Taviran boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the guy.
Uh-huh. Not anymore.
Well, he's kind of the guy. Just like
he's a guy. He's a guy here.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, he has mustaches now.
Right, he's part of the gang. Here we go.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know, that's all I got.
Anyway, Perrin asks if they've heard about how Berylaine's scouts died, and they have, and even though they have no proof of anything, no one's really doubting that it was Massima's men who killed them.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they're a bunch of, like, terrible people doing terrible things, so it was probably them.
Right. All right. So, Perrin tells them to get everyone moving and to head towards where the ambush was. And I was like, why? Why are we moving to the ambush site?
Yeah.
So that we can just be ambushed?
It's just like, Perrin's like a little bit all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah.
And no one's like, hey, Perrin, why?
Go check it out.
Why? Do you want to eat something?
Just take a nap?
You want to take a nap?
You hungry?
Eat a banana? Like, power bar.
You know, that's a good idea. Let's go get some food.
Yeah.
You know who we should ask? Lenny. Lenny should know where food is. Oh, wait.
That was the wrong person to ask, I think.
Oh, also, just as like a side note, I've been trying to point out most of the instances, but again, Perrin is being a super dick about another one of the guys who's trying to grow a beard.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, don't grow it if you're going to scratch it all the time.
So scraggly.
Plus it sucks, so like, you know.
Your beard
fuck
sucks.
you, buddy.
Shave it off.
It's so rude. And then I think he does it again in like a couple of pages to another guy.
Yeah.
Just like so mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially considering Perrin, when he first started growing his beard, was scratching it
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that guy's a jerk.
Yeah. Has your brother ever made fun of you for your facial hair?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
He can't grow a beard either. He can only grow a mustache.
He can grow a huge mustache.
He can grow the best mustache.
He went as Mario for Halloween and didn't need a fake
mustache. He's just like a legit...
It's crazy. Like a big, thick mustache that he can wax.
Yes. And do the fancy thing. Just like... But
grows.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. But you can't either. But I just thought it'd be funny if he was like, Brett, why even try to grow a mustache?
You know, maybe he says that behind my back. Probably. That wouldn't surprise me, but that's fine.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, what's happening in this chapter?
Oh, not a heck of a lot, but that's okay. Anyways, Basil Gill. He's here too.
Oh yeah. Also, the Ashaman are going to take them through a gateway at some point to do something.
And we're not really sure what or when or how far
or whatever. So go do something.
Yeah, that's basically
I don't even really know what's happening.
That's the point. Perrin is just kind of like giving orders, and it's like, let's just like wait a sec. Let's wait for the scouts to come back. To see where we should go, and then we can go somewhere.
We shouldn't move to the ambush site.
Yeah. Anyways.
Okay. Well, Basil Gill comes up to tell Perrin that Talonvor, he's gone.
He left.
I guess he got some rest.
Yeah.
He's doing better.
He rode off. He lied. Said that Perrin told him he could go.
And Perrin thinks, what an idiot.
Yeah.
But then he thinks, I want to be riding with him.
Yeah, so they didn't go off last night.
But he went off today.
Yeah.
And Perrin lies and tells Gil, yep, I told him he could go.
Yeah, that's kind of smart because it's not necessarily a good thing to point out that people are just like not listening to you.
And just like leaving and I feel like everybody knows it though. Everybody knows what's going on around here. Like this isn't good.
Nobody's caught. It's kind of like when Rand's like, oh, I hope nobody noticed blank. And it's like, dude, everyone noticed blank.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Especially like Alejandro's men who are just like gone also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, okay.
But Gil is like, oh, I want to be with him. I'm very fond of Magdalene, not like Talonvor.
But you know.
But I feel like I've known her my whole life, and she deserves better than this.
Yeah, and it's kind of cute because, like, we know Gil is a person. He's a good Queen's man.
He's a Queen's man. That's right. The Queen's blessing.
He hasn't actually known her his entire life, but
feels like it.
And it's a very cute sentiment here. So
yeah. Now Linny's here too. All of a sudden.
Yeah.
And Perrin is like, hey, listen, Linny, can I get some food to eat around here? Maybe some bread or some cheese? And she's like, no.
How would you take that bread and cheese and you shove it up your butt?
She goes off on Perrin and then stomps away and snaps at a bunch of people. She's very angry and very uptight.
Lenny flipping out here is kind of funny.
Well, she's already super stressed out.
Very stressed. And then it turns out that Perrin's just like sleeping with Amyrlin.
Oh my god. And so Gil tries to slip away, but Perrin's like, no, what's wrong? What's going on here? And then Gil is stuck in this terrible situation. And he's like, well, I guess you'll hear sooner or later. But
he's like the biggest conflict avoider ever.
But you see, Lenny walked over to the Manor camp this morning to see how you were. And then Berelane's tent was all dark, but her maid was awake and she implied...
Yeah, yep.
And then Perrin starts snarling. He's like, I slept in that tent. That's it. You tell her that. And Gil's like, me? You want me to tell her?
I don't tell Lenny anything.
I'm not talking to Lenny.
You know what? People always ask, who do you identify with the most? Apparently it's Gil.
Basil Gil.
Conflict avoiding. No, I don't want to be the person to tell her that. You tell her. I don't want to tell her that.
I'm gonna, nope.
I don't even want to be telling you this story about what she heard from somebody else.
Nope.
No. Don't
and
involve
Perrin's
me.
like, that's your job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, don't involve me in this, please. No, thank you.
Okay, so this is where I got even more upset. Because it's one thing to just, like, torment Perrin.
Yeah.
Which isn't good.
Sure.
That's not good.
Sure, I agree with that.
But this is, like, a whole nother level that's affecting the way he can be a leader in this scenario. Mm-hmm. This is terrible.
Yeah, even if it's not Berelane directly telling and spreading, it's like she's letting it happen.
Yeah, and I started thinking about all the ways that Perrin could legitimately put her in her place. Ooh. And I really think that needs to happen.
Chop her head off.
Yeah, the problem is you can't piss off all the Mayaners who are like the soldiers and stuff, but at the same time, she needs to be told to stop, like, or else. Right?
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Like, I don't want it to sound like I'm defending Berelane's actions because it's terrible. It's just, you know, as an observer watching you go through this.
I was thinking of all the things, and I was like, maybe give her to the wise ones.
There you go. Okay.
They're really good at punishments and making people feel terrible.
Yeah.
Like, she just needs to learn that this isn't okay and it needs to stop.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ruark figured out something when Berelane and Fael were, like, fighting in the stone or whatever.
Yeah.
And that turned out actually good because Berelane started, like, basically acting better.
And listening.
But Ruark's not here, so...
No. And I thought maybe it could be some kind of, like, stop this or... Like, I'll leave you in the snow, or
and, like, how well does that go? Because
there's gotta be something here.
Also, Nora seems to be, like, egging her on.
Yes, and the maids, and everybody thinks that this is, like... Yeah, I don't know. But I was super on Perrin's side.
He needs to form an HR team, maybe, and then get them involved. Fired. Put her on leave or something until this whole thing blows over.
Like I said, wise ones.
There you go.
He needs to concoct some sort of thing where the wise ones just, like, take hold of her and make her see something, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, probably this stuff isn't cool in Aiel culture either. Like, don't do this.
Yeah.
So if you, like, went to them and said, hey, this is what's going on, maybe they would. Maybe they would step up.
Maybe.
Because
that's the only way I could see something.
Or they'd be like, you deal with it, because I can also see wise ones doing that.
Maybe, but I don't think that there's anyone else capable of actually getting Berelane to heal. Or like, stop it.
Stop. Roll up a newspaper, smack her on the nose.
Face. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so Perrin watches the scouts riding out, and he thinks about how if Berelane's maid told Lenny all this stuff, and then Lenny would have told other people, and then it's this whole gossip rumor chain.
Everybody knows.
Yeah. The Two Rivers men don't like it, but he thinks, good thing Fael won't believe this, even if everybody else does.
Right?
Yeah.
And he totally maybe second guesses that thought.
Oh, I think he's right.
No way. No way she'll believe it, right?
No, I think that Fael, if Perrin said this isn't true, Fael would believe it.
Okay, all right, that's positive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, after Perrin procrastinates for a while, checking horses and doing all sorts of stuff, a bunch of the Cha Fael come up to Perrin, and they say, hey, listen, we want our horses.
Yeah.
And then Perrin says, well, no.
It's actually hilarious. They're like, you want to be
wanna do
Aiel, right? Like,
Aiel walk.
yeah, they walk. They don't ride horses. So...
And they don't like that answer.
No.
But parents had enough of this. And then he goes, hey, when did you start spying for my wife?
That's my wife.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And at first, Salonde, or whatever her name is,
Yeah, she's
is
like the leader.
we do tasks for her now and then. But Perrin loses it, starts accusing them of being the reason she got kidnapped. But then she's not backing down, and
like,
she's like,
"Don't
we
say
would
that."
die for
Yeah.
Lady Fael. And
Hold
now,
back and forth. Perrin's doing a bad job.
now this is where I was like, oh, on Perrin's side. I was like, oh, this sucks for Perrin. But then I was like, of all the
Yeah.
people to trust here,
It's like those people probably.
these are the ones to trust. They clearly are good at sneaking around and spying,
Yeah.
gathering information, and they are the ones who are the most committed to Fael here
Yeah. Like,
out of everybody.
you want loyalty, these are the people. You might not like them, but they are 100%.
Stupid idiot fools,
Oh,
morons.
man.
I hate them.
Perrin's just like, he's in a bad headspace where usually
No, he's always hated them.
He has, but he's usually also the guy who like thinks things through, but right now he's really just not thinking anything through
Can't
and
really
just
do
yelling at
that.
everyone.
Yeah.
And I also understand it because his wife just got kidnapped.
Yeah.
Like, that's, I understand
There's
it.
a lot going on.
Yeah.
He's responsible for a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But these are people that you should trust.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Now, Perrin says, fine. You can have your horses if you promise to do what I say and you obey me until Fael returns.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Pretty
And
good
they're
deal.
like, fine.
Yeah.
This is all fine.
That doubled as his apology for like yelling and stuff.
Oh, well, yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. So the camp starts emptying out because apparently he gave a bunch of orders that I didn't really understand.
Yeah, it's fine.
Everyone's moving out, even the wise ones, and the Guy Shine are on horses because of all the snow. And I was like, where are we going?
Yeah.
Like, what's happening here?
Well,
But
we're going to
then-
travel. Yeah.
Yeah, but like to where?
Yeah, 40 miles up.
And like why?
Yeah, because.
And what?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
But then we're stalled
Yeah.
because Aiel are coming, and then everything comes to a halt, and we don't really know what Aiel.
Okay.
But it's our scouts.
Yeah. Oh, this is the part where Perrin beard shames another guy.
Oh,
He's like,
this
oh,
is
with
it?
that narrow chin, he probably regretted shaving off his beard.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, man.
All these thoughts.
Dude. Okay.
Okay. Well, the Aiel coming up are our people,
Yeah, they're the maidens.
the maidens.
That went out scouting.
That's right.
Yeah.
They come back.
And the warders, yeah.
Here they are.
Yeah.
And so this is interesting too, because he's like, everybody calm down. It's clearly maidens and Alejandro's horse.
Yeah,
But like,
can't you see that? And they're like, we can
And then
barely see
Daniel's
the
like-
people.
no,
no, man.
we can't see that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of funny.
It was funny. That was a little good a little bit.
Yeah. But then Perrin rides out to meet them, and he's super anxious about bad news.
Yeah.
And it gets dragged out.
A little bit. He was
His
also
intrusive
worried.
thoughts over and over.
Yeah, because like the horse looked like there was something on the horse, and then he was like, "Oh no, is that
that
a
a
body?
body? Yeah.
Is that Fael's?" No. If they found Fael's body, they would just leave the body out there because they wouldn't want to do more emotional damage to me by
No, they
bringing
would
back
not.
her body.
Yes, they would.
Like yeah,
Yeah.
like it's a whole thing.
It reminds me of when we had that whole journey of riding into Kyrian after Dumais Wells.
Okay. Yeah.
And Perrin was like, is Fael dead? Is Fael dead? Is Fael dead? Is Fael dead? Is Fael dead?
Yeah. Why hasn't Rand asked about Fael? Oh, she's right there. Why hasn't Rand asked her about?
Yeah.
Like, no, dude. Come on.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
He's not good at this.
No, he's not.
He's not good at losing his wife.
Maybe
thinking
he
that
should
she
stop
went to
losing.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Perrin rides out to meet them. He's super anxious. And Sulin tells Perrin that Fael is alive and gives him Fael's cut off clothes that
Yep.
they found.
Which also doesn't help because then he's like, oh my god, someone cut her clothes off. So there we go. She's naked.
Naked.
But also, there's actually like a legitimate thought process here that is concerning because they mentioned that they only took women.
And the men are all dead.
And the men are all dead. And that is concerning because, like, what do you do with women captives? What's happening here?
Yeah.
And
But then the maidens are like, no, it's not like that.
Yeah.
Harming a Guy Shine is like harming a child or a blacksmith.
Yes.
And my favorite is when blacksmith and children are in the same category.
equally valuable.
Equally innocent.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
No. So they, yeah.
Anyway, it was wrong to take wetlanders, but they do not believe they'll break this custom.
Yeah, and maybe, just like maybe hypothetically, we should stop thinking that the Shido won't keep breaking more customs.
Right.
Maybe we should cross that off and be like, okay, they've just abandoned a bunch of customs. Why are we drawing the line here and saying, oh, I'm pretty sure it's going to be okay?
Yeah.
No.
Although they are right.
For now.
Right.
Yep.
Shoot.
Okay.
Well, and they're like, she probably won't even be punished if she can be meek. And then Perrin's like, oh no. Can Fael be meek?
She's actually doing okay.
Yeah, she's doing better than
Alejandra and Meg did.
Morgaze, I know. Okay. So Perrin is like, okay, what direction did they go? Let's go there.
South. Mostly south. A little bit east.
Okay.
There's other strange stuff happening.
Yeah,
so
arrows.
This is the part.
The arrow thing.
So this is the thing. We're getting caught up to speed that they also don't understand how and why all the Shido who are supposed to be, like in Kinslayer's dagger, heading back to the waste possibly, why they're all here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I like how Perrin's like, maybe the wise ones can travel.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Forsaken help.
He's like, oh no, idiot parent, you stupid. Why would the Forsaken have anything to do with this plan?
And it was.
It's hilarious.
It was the Forsaken.
It's a good little tidbit.
It's a good line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like them getting caught up to speed that there's way too many Shido. That means that they have to be here.
But there's also other septs or clans?
Yes.
What is it with them?
Clans, because the people who abandoned their clan because they didn't want
the brotherless, right?
And not necessarily, but the brotherless are people who abandoned sept and clan and everything, basically. But there are people who abandoned their clans and then moved and migrated to the Shido because they didn't want to follow Rand.
But they still have their identifying arrows.
Well, I mean, where are you going to get a bunch more arrows?
Oh, they're like making them along the way.
Okay, there's a lot in arrow crafting that we can go into, but probably not now.
All right.
But anyways, if you have arrows, you use the arrows.
Okay, but like, how do they get the arrows?
They had arrows. They had arrows beforehand.
This whole time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they did. And then you get new ones from the blacksmiths.
Blacksmiths don't make arrows.
No, Fletchers would make it. Yeah, that's fine. It's like I said, we don't have enough time for this.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well they're still making arrows from their old.
It's fine. You don't have to take the. Anyways, it's not important.
There's so much going on here that doesn't matter.
The point is that.
The point is that there's a little doll.
Elias smelled it under the ground.
Under the snow. Not under the ground.
His nose is phenomenal.
It's not buried underground. There's just snow fell on it.
Is it better or worse? I don't know. Anyways, he found that. And there's evidence of carts. Basically, the Shido are traveling with carts and children. That means that they're probably an entire sept's worth.
Yep.
Or maybe multiple septs. And the issue is that a single sept can have at least 1,000 spears. And everyone can fight if needed in that 1,000 people. Mm-hmm. And how many septs are there? 5. Okay,
there's 4, and then they were going to dine with 5.
But there's still like 80 left.
78.
Yeah, that they need to... Okay, love it.
But they're all over the place, so it doesn't matter.
For now, okay. Anyways,
see, it's better that they're apart.
Here's the thing. There was a big group a few days south, and then that's probably where Fael is being brought to go meet them.
Probably or maybe. Like, we don't even actually know what's going on.
That's basically what we saw happening with Fael, was like the one group was joining up with the bigger group.
Yeah.
And they're all heading south or whatever.
Okay. There's lots of things, lots of weird things.
But don't wait. Elias also smelled more things underneath the ground.
Yeah, and saw lots of stuff against trees.
Yeah, well, that's the cart scrapings and stuff, but he found many horses, many campfires, maybe 5 to 10,000 or more, and all soldiers, so that's an indication that it could be, and I was going to throw some ideas at you. Okay, because we know that the Prophet's people are wandering around, but we also know the White Cloaks are wandering around, but we also know that the Band of the Red Hand is somewhere.
Oh, jeez.
Heading toward, and they're also a group of soldiers, right? And then we also have...
Where were they? They were Mirandi?
Yeah, they were like around where Egwene was on the border, but we also knew they're heading towards Abu Dar.
Yeah.
And Perrin and the group are not out of the realm of possibility of being roughly around it. Like, we don't have exact parameters on where anybody is.
I have no idea. Yeah, okay.
So there's some options for who it might be, this other party that seems to be heading south. Or it could be Shanshan, like who effing knows?
I don't know. Has anyone considered a circus?
Yeah, it seems like they're soldiers.
Lots of circuses.
Soldiers.
I think circuses is funnier.
I mean, you want to see the circus again?
Oh, yeah.
You want another redo?
More circus.
the same? You want to see Val and Luca's circus, or
Yes.
you want to see a
Val
new
and
circus?
Luca's circus traveling with soldiers.
Love it. Okay. You know what?
That's about as plausible as anything else I could say
do
right
that
now.
one.
So I was like, what? Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
Anyways, so that could be like another group of people heading south.
If I'm
Maybe not
supposed to
heading
have
with the
any idea
yeah.
what's happening here, I don't.
No, that's okay.
And I don't know if I just don't care enough to actually put the pieces together.
No, I mean, you could probably try. I mean, you could put like a hell of a lot more effort into like mapping it out with pieces of string and timetables and moon charts. But I mean,
pins and boards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But this, you also have like a full-time job and school and
I have lots of things happening.
Kids and
I have all those things you're saying. I
yeah,
have those.
Yeah. So like, I understand why you're not doing that. So
I mean, like, I'll just be happy if it's ever revealed to me, and even if it's not, I guess I'll just go on with my life.
Yeah. Yep.
That's how I feel about this.
So. We'll find out at some point, or we won't.
Or we won't. Sometimes we just never do.
Be a fun little mystery.
Yeah, and you just forget about it completely.
There's
too many things going on.
Sulin has mentioned that they've spotted flying lizards.
Oh, yes.
And other Shanshan animal tracks, probably.
Oh, yes.
So.
And did you know that in the Two Rivers, all cats have 6 toes?
Yeah, I think we've heard that before a couple times.
That's super important to know right now.
Yeah.
In this moment, for sure. Out of everything that's going on, let's hear about the cats in the Two Rivers.
You're going to be embarrassed when that comes back around, like, book 12, and it's super important.
Or one day we're at Wheel of Time trivia, and...
That's the winning question.
That's the winning question. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Shanshan animals, though. That's a big thing. But we know they're all around, too.
Yeah, we know that. We know they're scouting. We know that. We've seen that. We've seen them scouting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So Perrin's plan here is to head south.
Yeah.
Regardless of what else is out there.
Yeah, and everyone's like, yeah, we figured we're going to go after them.
We're just going to go.
Like, we're telling you should be aware of all these things.
Yeah, and then this is when Perrin's like, oh no, there's lots of different armies all over the place.
Yeah.
But... let's just travel to where we need to be.
Yeah. Well, no. Oh,
that's not what we're doing?
We're not going to where we need to be. We're going to go 40 miles south.
Yeah.
And then we're going to figure it out.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's not where they need to be. Like, they're not going to open up a gateway and then, like, fight the Aiel or something. Just, like, I don't want to...
Well, they might. They don't know what's on the other side of that gateway, where they're opening up to.
Well, we're assuming. The plan doesn't seem to be open it up and, like, go attack. It's just, like, we're going to move from here to another spot. And
where they probably need to be.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, now, we have the Ashermen who are going out scouting a little bit, too, right? Is that what's happening?
They're going to learn the area so they can gateway.
Are they all... But they're not all gatewaying.
Well, there's only 2. There's 2
No, I
Ashermen.
mean, like, all the army.
It seems like we're all gonna all gateway.
We're all gonna go.
That's what it seems like. We're not exactly sure.
Well, then why does he say be careful, because you can't fight a dozen wise ones? I think that the Ashermen are going and scouting around, traveling.
One's scouting, one's staying and getting ready, I think.
I don't know.
It's not exactly... Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
We'll be fine. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is something to note here, though, because we need to be wary of the Prophet's men. If we didn't already know that, Daniel overheard that a bunch of them are talking and saying that Perrin is Shadow Spawn.
Yes.
Who's been tamed by the Dragon Reborn.
Yeah.
But he's Shadow Spawn because of his golden eyes.
I mean, he's heard that before. Mm-hmm. Come on.
Okay.
That's not news.
No. But now this is where something happens.
Yes.
So there's a bird call. Caw-caw, caw-caw.
It's a good impression. I like it.
Uh-huh.
That's the one that means men are coming, but not necessarily peaceful. Because if they were actually, like, not peaceful and, like, they were for sure mean...
Yeah,
then
they'd be a different bird.
Yeah, do that one.
Tweet, tweet, tweet!
Oh, that's what that one is?
Uh-huh, yeah,
okay.
It's deceptive.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyways.
And then there's another one for when everybody's friendly and happy.
And that one sounds like...
How many bird calls... It's like a goose. Honk, honk!
Oh, man, yes.
Like it's a rooster. Cock-a-doodle-doo!
Yeah. It's good.
How many other bird sounds do you know?
None. I don't know any bird sounds. Chirp, I couldn't even do one.
Chirp, chirp, chirp. Go ahead, try it out.
I'm pretty sure we have like at least 2 more things to talk about this chapter. Okay.
You don't want to? No.
No, I'm not taking part in this.
You tell me to do it.
Yeah, well, it was funny when I made you do it. I have no desire to do that. Anyway, so Perrin sees like 100 or 200 men coming through, and they are better armed than like the typical prophet followers.
Yeah.
And then Massima is like literally
Front
here.
of the pack.
Yeah, he's here. So
He's
he
here.
came. He came. He showed up. Good for him.
All right.
Yeah.
With literally all of his followers, though. So
He has a good rationale because he's like...
They all wanted
Anyways,
to come. I couldn't tell them no.
They all follow the Lord Dragon.
And we're going to meet him.
Who am I to say no to them to do that, to come and meet him also?
That's right. We're all going.
And Perrin's hat, he's like, okay, you go east.
Go ahead. And
Yeah.
I was even thinking, like, what the fuck? So he's just going to let Massima start going.
With his
He's
4,000
like, we'll
to
catch up.
6,000 men, maybe.
But, okay, bye, Massima. Just, like, ready to just let him go.
Well, that's what he says.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That
ready for
plan's
that.
a bad one.
Oh, yeah. Yep. But he also
Someone should stay with, be an escort.
He can't do, like, for what purpose? Massima has way more people than him.
I know. To keep an eye on him, keep tabs.
And do what?
Keep tabs, and at least know where he is.
Get murdered by Massima's men?
No.
Because
no, they wouldn't murder somebody.
they just murdered some of, like,
Yeah,
Barrowland's
that's
scouts.
true. I don't know.
So, I don't know.
It was just like, okay, go ahead, go east. I'll catch up when I can. But I have another job right now because my wife was kidnapped by the Aiel, and I'm heading south to get her back.
Yeah.
And then Massima actually seems surprised by this. And then finally he says, okay, I will help you.
Yeah.
I will be coming with you.
You know what's really interesting?
Because you know what? You know what, Brett?
Yeah.
Killing savages is the light's work.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the interesting thing that he says. Killing the Aiel savages is doing the light's work.
And I said, no.
Just wait till you find out who most of Rand's loyal army is.
Yes.
It's the
Aiel. He might already know that.
I mean, does he, though?
Yeah, he probably does. He probably
Maybe.
does. Yeah, no, I think he
Maybe.
does. I don't think
Okay.
it matters, though, you know? Because Massima has his own motives for everything that's happening.
Yeah. Well, he's crazy, yeah.
Well,
that's
he's
the
crazy,
motive.
but he's also, like, maybe not that crazy.
Interesting.
Because of this whole, okay, I'll travel this one time.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know?
We didn't get there yet.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
it seems a touch less unhinged
Situationally.
than you would have us believe, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's also, like, you know, the moments of lucidity that people might have.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he's actually more lucid than he lets on.
Even though he smells insane.
Yeah, The Scent of Madness.
Okay.
That's the title of the chapter.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Anyways, so Massima's like, I'm gonna help.
And then Perrin goes, yeah, I appreciate that, but that won't actually be useful
Yeah.
against the Aiel. And there are thousands of these prophet men,
So
and
maybe
so
they
Perrin's
will
like,
be useful.
actually, maybe I could use this.
As like meat shield is what it's
Yeah.
gonna be called.
Except, you know what?
Yep.
Shoot. Oh, I was just thinking. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I would love to have you come, but oh, nuts.
Yeah.
We're traveling.
Right.
And I know that you won't do that, so
Yeah.
I
It's not
guess
gonna
you
work.
can't come.
Yep.
And then Massima thinks about this for a minute, and he says, well, he would be upset if harm came to your wife. I'm like, would Rand really be? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe he'd like feel bad for a moment, but then be like, that's what happens.
Yeah, exactly. But then Massima says, there will be an exception just this one time to find your wife because you're his friend.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy rationale too.
yeah, like you won't travel to go see Rand.
Yeah.
You're freaking Lord Dragon Reborn.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me think that he has more
Okay.
faculties.
But he's cool with traveling for this instance.
Well, yeah, I think that he just wants to go kill a bunch of Aiel. I think
Yeah,
that
alright.
he does have some wits about him.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And now Perrin can smell the crazy on Massima. But what kind of crazy? Like crazy like, ooh, I'm excited to go kill Aiel crazy?
Yeah, well,
Or,
we've
like-
gotten the scent of Massima before.
Yeah.
And every time it's like he's insane.
Yeah.
He's not a
No, but I do think he has his motives, and I think that he is thinking some things through.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't think he
Alright.
just brings along 4,000, 6,000 men by chance because they want to come with him, you know?
You know, it's like the Taviran pulling.
Well, like, maybe, actually. That's always part of it.
Yeah. I mean, there is the aspect of, like, Perrin doesn't have that many guys. He needs to go fight a bunch of Shido, probably.
Yeah.
So here's just 4,000 people who you're kind of cool with letting them get murdered, maybe. You
Well,
know?
that's kind of what Rand did.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Bring all your enemies to the fight, and then when they die, it's like, okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, this is the end of this chapter.
Yep.
And Perrin thinks to himself that Fael might actually be safer with the Shido than he is with Massima right now.
Yeah. Fair.
And that's the end.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Well, that's good. I'm going to read on then. Let's
Yeah.
just keep going.
Yeah, we're just plugging away.
Because why not?
2 chapters at a time now.
Let's do it.
Except for 11 and 12.
Right.
So
that's
for
what
the
you've
record,
been saying.
11 and 12 are going to be single because they're just a lot of pages.
Okay.
Thought it best to split it up.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Well, now, before you refuse to rest or eat and then try to kill your best and wolfiest friend, I'm going to say that this is part of the pattern now.
Yep, it's part of the pattern.
Well, that's the end of another fun episode. Thanks so much for listening, everyone. The Wheel Weaves is hosted by Dani and Brett, edited by Dani, produced by Dani and Brett, with Essen, Passion Socks, Mozyme, Moltude, Benjamin, Michelle O'Brien, Jamie Young, Cody Fouts, Megan Smiley, Jonathan Reese, Margaret, and Charlie Haz, with music by Audionautics. If you are interested in supporting us and the podcast and also getting some really cool exclusive merch and access to early episodes and bonus episodes, you can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. For general information about our show and us, like how to send us shot glasses, how to join our Discord, how to get in touch with us, things like that, for all things The Wheel Weaves, you can go to thewheelweavespodcast.com. Please be sure to give us that 5-star review because it really does make a huge difference. And tell a friend about us because referrals really are the best compliment. Thanks again for listening because this really is part of the pattern now.